Her husband at a medical clinic in North Mississippi yesterday is honoring his sister's life.
Yesterday, Latoya Thompson was shot by her husband, Carl Robinson, at the Williams Medical Clinic, and that is in Potts Camp, Mississippi. Robinson turned the gun on himself shortly after that. Neither of them survived. Fox 13's Jackie Massey joins us live now. Jackie, you found out from a court record that they filed for divorce, and that was in April?
That's right, and the record showed that they both filed for a joint complaint for divorce on April 26th, and at the time Robinson was the only one with an attorney. But that all changed yesterday. The wife filed for her own attorney and also revoked an agreement for the separation, child custody, and other matters. Now, her brother says right now the family is grieving and trying to remember her for her good spirit.
I need the
She was a singer. She was our little songbird. You know, ever since she was a kid, she was always singing something.
Kevin Thompson wants to remember his sister for her spirit, her passion for singing in church. He says she loved her family, especially her 3-year-old son. Thompson's last memory with her is from Saturday when he traveled in town for their grandmother's funeral in Lamar, Mississippi.
She was just real happy this weekend, and that's really what I take from all of this.
3 days later, on his way back home, he found out she was shot by her husband, Carl Robinson. Deputies say Robinson shot her at the Williams Medical Clinic where she worked. Then Robinson turned the gun on himself. Both of them didn't make it.
I was mad, you know, at what happened to my sister. I was sad at the fact that I'd lost my sister.
Court records show the two filed a joint complaint for divorce on April 26th. The two were married since April of 2014. On Tuesday, she filed paperwork for her own attorney and revoked an agreement she signed about child custody, the separation, and other details. Thompson says he knew her husband, but not the specifics about the relationship.
I know that he had a temper like most of us did. I didn't know to the extent.
Thompson says his focus now is being there for her 3-year-old son. He tells me he will include Robinson's family in the child's life.
We're going to work together to make sure that he has the best of both. Because it would be unfair for us to shield him and just hold on to him.
He says moving forward, their family will rely on their faith to keep them strong.
We have to forgive because it's bigger than our feelings now. You know, there's another life that's still here as representative of my sister.
Back out here live now, Thompson says that he will remember one memory in particular. It's when his sister talked to him on the phone and said that she loved him. That's the last conversation that they had. Now, funeral arrangements are pending at this time. Reporting live in Marshall County, Jackie Massey, Fox 13 News.
Good morning, my faithful, loyal YouTube subscribers. This is going to be a real quick video. Today is, it is Tuesday, July 23rd. This is the first video since I've got back from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. I'm going to talk about that because there's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding about what's going on, what took place in Dominican Republic and these people who died down there. A lot of confusion. The interesting part is I was there and I had a lot of conversations with different people and I saw some stuff that kind of surprised me. One of the things that surprised me, besides being at a half-empty resort, was the amount of Chinese investments. You know, imagine driving through Atlanta, Georgia, and you see billboards written in Chinese. I was shocked to see so much signage in Chinese in Dominican, and the Dominican Republic is being taken over by Chinese investors. So it's interesting to see what will happen over the next year or two. We were at the Hard Rock Casino and Resort, where there was some deaths there that supposedly happened. Well, of course, it did happen. Not sure what they died from. Nobody was ever really sure what took place, but they did remove the mini bars out of the resort. They're thinking that maybe they got hold of some bad counterfeit liquor, which could be the case, and that killed them, because there's another situation that just happened today in Costa Rica, but they also had counterfeit alcohol that killed some people there too. But I was very surprised by the amount of signage or signs written in Chinese, for sale signs. The Chinese are moving aggressively into the Dominican Republic and buying land and building resorts. And with this financial situation going on in the Dominican Republic right now, the Chinese are going to they're going to get a lot of good deals. I wish I had the money, because these resorts are not going to be able to stay afloat with such a low turnout of people afraid to go there. So the fear of the Dominican Republic is going to have going to put drastic down pressure on the prices of land, real estate, resorts, and the Chinese investors are going to give some very, very good deals over the next 12 months if things don't improve. So we'll just see. This is my what I saw going on there. We were at the Hard Rock Casino and Resort, 1,700 rooms, 1,700 rooms. On the floor that we stayed on, those rooms were empty. I didn't see nobody going in and out those rooms. Rows of rooms, all empty. I mean, so I saw it was a very empty resort. There was no, if you ever travel, you go to a resort and all the chairs are taken, you can't get a chair. There were plenty of chairs by the beach, by the pool, wherever. No wait for nothing. So, but I'll do another video about that time. But you just saw those news reports about the domestic violence. And it saddened me that this woman was shot and killed by her husband. And they have children. And we're starting to see this more and more in the black community. Maybe it's been going on for years. Maybe social media has just kind of opened our eyes to it more so. The internet, we can see it happening more frequently. Because it could have been going on in the 60s and the 70s, for all I know. But we seem to see more and more murder-suicides in the black community. And like I said, maybe it's been going on for years. But the domestic violence in our community, it kind of frightens me because, I had an incident that took place with me. So I don't know what enters into a person's head to kill a person you supposedly were once in love with. And I keep thinking about that song, that saying, a thin line between love and hate. How quickly could you love somebody that you hate them, that you want them dead? It's kind of frightening. And sometimes you don't even see the signs. She switched attorneys, changed some of the... She took control. She more or less got more aggressive during the divorce proceedings and got her own attorney and made some changes that she thought would probably be better. And he didn't like this and he decided to kill her. Was this going on? He was 10 years older than her. If you saw those two news reports, he was 10 years older than her. So I'm assuming he probably was a very controlling person. He was 43, and I think she was 33. If you read the news reports about the incident, it is shocking the level, how much domestic violence is that we see in our community. And it's probably been going on for years. I just don't remember off the top of my head when I was growing up in the 70s and the 80s or the 90s. So many incidents of husbands killing their wives and doing a murder-suicide, or even killing the children too. But now we see this frequently. People don't know how to walk away from relationships peacefully. And they go back and do some heinous crimes, some heinous stuff. It just kind of saddens me. It makes sure I want to be in another relationship. I'll talk about that one day too in a video. I got a phone call, a text message from a friend who was in town, so a Facebook friend who was visiting Atlanta. Everybody want to come to Atlanta and hang out and party. She was in a club, Bulldogs, hanging out with some friends. And she just hanging out partying, and she just some strangers that she'd met. She said, "Do y'all know Walter Hampton?" And he lives in Atlanta. And they proceeded to say all this horrible stuff about me. Obviously, these were clearly people who didn't know me. And I had to tell her, sometimes we forget. When Dr. Martin Luther King, and I'm not blaming anyone saying I'm nowhere near close to Dr. Martin Luther King, he gave a damn. I don't give a fuck. He cared about you niggas. I don't care. So anyway, Dr. Martin Luther King, and it's just the truth, Dr. Martin Luther King was in the 60s starting the civil rights movement. You all know that a lot of blacks hated him. See, we don't get that part in the history books. But a few years ago, and I cannot think of this man's name who was running for president, he was at Morehouse at the same time Dr. Martin Luther King was in Morehouse, and his family told him to stay away from Dr. Martin Luther King. What was the name of that black man who was running for president? And he talked about this, that he was told to stay away from Dr. Martin Luther King, and a lot of blacks were told, and a lot of blacks at that time did not like Dr. Martin Luther King because he was a rabble-rouser. He went against the grain of what had been put in their heads about where they belonged in society. See, we forget this. We used to see images of black folks marching with Dr. Martin Luther King, but don't forget there was a hell of a lot of black folks who did not want to march with Dr. Martin Luther King and were very happy with the status quo at the time and did not want any change. Nothing has changed with black folks when it comes to this. Anybody pushing an agenda that's different than normal, and in the gay community, we got a fucked up ass agenda going on here of HIV and sex and STDs as normal. It's not normal for me. So I'm kind of an outcast here because I'm pushing a different agenda that nobody seems to like. They don't want to hear it. So when you have something that's different than the normal. I've lived in Atlanta for 30 years. 30 years too long. I read you all's comments saying, Walter, you should have actually left Atlanta a long time ago. But for many reasons, I didn't. Relationship, family, I don't know. Maybe just fear myself, just getting stuck. Financially being comfortable. Knowing the city. I could walk through this city blindfolded. I know my way around. Somebody says, meet me at such a side. I know exactly where that is. It's getting comfortable someplace. And not really ready to take on a new challenge of a city that you don't know and people you don't know. There's that old saying, it's better to be with the devil you know versus the devil you don't know. I know this devil of Atlanta. I know this devil very well. I've lived here for 30 years. I can deal with it. I know what to expect. Yeah, I've had some issues. The Lord knows that. But I'm not surprised that there are a lot of gay guys who don't like what I have to say. And they don't like the videos that I do. And they have a lot of hateful stuff. But it's been like this, y'all, long before the internet existed. Long before there was the internet, YouTube or Facebook or any other app or whatever else, what other websites. When I first moved to Atlanta, I was shocked at what I saw. And as I was talking to my friends back then, they talked about me then. Walter's Mr. Goody Two Shoes. I miss Goody Two Shoes, what they would say. Call themselves reading me. So they would call me Miss Goody Two Shoes. When gay folks try to read you, they use the other pronoun. Instead of Mr. Goody Two Shoes, they said Miss Goody Shoes. I remember that. So they call me Chicken Hawk and all these different names and stuff. And because I was different. I'm like, guys, you all do know there's a disease that's killing folks out here, don't you? They didn't care. They didn't care in 1989. They didn't care in 1999. They do not care in 2019. And I can guarantee you, in 2029, they're not going to care either. So, I live my life. And I'm happy with who I am. I don't worry myself about these people who don't like me because they ain't gave me shit but a headache. I don't go around here worried about these fags in Atlanta and what they think about me. Fuck them bitches. Fuck them. I don't care. They ain't doing shit for me. They're keeping up drama, chaos, and confusion. These gay folks in Atlanta, their lives are fucked. Their minds are warped. And it's been like this since I moved here in 1989.
That's not nice.
See what it said. That's not nice. Oh, that was serious. She said, that's not nice. That is hilarious. But there's nothing I can do about it. But it's the truth. There's nothing I can do about it. No, it's not nice. But it's the motherfucking truth. I don't worry about these guys and what they think about me. Because I sit here in 2019 in good health. I'm one of the lucky ones. Because it could be much worse. So I got a lot of folks, a lot of detractors, a lot of hate. Y'all see these people saying all this shit on Instagram and Facebook about me and all these stuff. I don't give a fuck about them. They ain't doing shit for me. Give them the middle finger. So when you come to Atlanta to visit or you come around and you hear all that hate, you know how Walter feel about you, right? That's what he think about your ass. Because he don't care. He's not worried about you. Because you ain't did shit for his ass. And you never will. Like I said, it's going to be a short video. Because we got so much other important stuff to discuss. I can't waste my time worrying about a bunch of people who hate me. They ain't did shit for me. When I first moved to Atlanta, I was a different person. Much different than the person I am today. I've matured and grown up. I can tell these niggas to kiss my ass and go on by my damn business. I don't care about these people. You have to live your life and do what's best for you and what makes you happy. You got a lot of sick in the head ass motherfuckers running around in every city, not just Atlanta. I was up in New York and it was the same old shit. A few years back, I said, it was the same group of students, the same people. I walked into a club in New York City, it was the same people as in Atlanta. They just packed their shit and left Atlanta, moved to New York. And people live in New York, packed their shit and moved to Atlanta. They bounced from cities, the same motherfuckers, the same everywhere. So if I packed all my shit unless I moved out in the middle of the country someplace, and trust me, y'all, I would not have a problem living on 30 or 40 or 50 acres out in the country. I'd be so happy. Y'all just don't know. I'd be very happy. I'm not a people person anymore. I used to be. I don't have to talk to neighbors. I keep telling y'all, when y'all look at these videos, y'all don't see a whole bunch of entourage of friends sitting around here. It's just me. I'm fine with that. And old vanity. And when you grow older, you grow wiser. So I don't worry about these people in this. I just can't. I'll never make them happy. You can give these people the world, and you never make them happy. They're so unfucking grateful. That's why I don't do the friends things. People are like, we weren't gonna be friends. We gonna hang out. We gonna do another fuck. We ain't. No, we ain't. And I know there's probably some great people out there. I'm just mentally not there right now. All that whole friendship mess. I don't want to be bothered with it. Not right now. There are a lot of people who approach me and want to be friends and hang out, and I'm not feeling it, y'all. Maybe one day in the future, but today, I can tell you in 2019, it ain't happening. I go to the gym by myself. I spend most of the day by myself unless I'm dealing with clients or customers. I'm fine. Because I've learned that people will smile in your face and they can't wait to stab you in your damn back. And after a while, you get tired of getting stabbed in your back so damn much, you just say, shit, what did I do? And I love the way people attack me and they say, Walter, well, there's people who come in my videos and they make the comment that I am the common denominator. But all these issues and problems is me. So, they are correct. It's me allowing niggas into my fucking life. So, close the door, lock it, throw them niggas out, and be done with it. And you're right. Then I don't have to worry about that common denominator no more. Because I ain't involved with a bunch of niggas and they bullshit. So, when you hear people talking about me, how much they hate me, just tell them Walter don't give a fuck. He ain't thinking about your ass. He owns something else. The vast majority of these people in Atlanta, they've never met me. The few who have met me don't know me. Unless you've been in my house and sat on this motherfucking couch, you don't know me. The likelihood of you getting through my front door to sit on this damn couch is 0 to none. I'm not playing. I can't allow it no more. I've allowed too many demons through this front door, and I don't even believe in demons. But through this door, some demons have walked in here. They made me a believer. So I can't do that no more. This woman who was killed by her husband, I sometimes look at that and I think when these incidents happen, I say, well, what happened? Did she see signs? Did she know? Did she know? Did she know she was living with a person who, did she know she was married and having children with a man who could possibly kill her? I think most signs some people don't know. You don't know what a nigga will do to you. You just don't know. And we've seen this, and it ain't just about black folks. White folks do it too. Because I know y'all going, hey, white folks kill it. Yeah, they do it too. They can probably do it more often. But it just seems odd that anyone, it's never crossed my mind to harm or kill somebody that I care about. It's never even crossed my mind to harm, kill, or hurt somebody I didn't give or care about either. This woman lost her life. Now these children, it's just, to me, the whole situation was horrible. That's why I saw it in the news and it took place in Mississippi. But it happens practically everywhere in our community. I've seen incidents in Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., Atlanta, Miami, where these black men will kill their wives or girlfriends or fiancé in a heartbeat. Most times over nothing. So I always wonder why. They never get an answer to that. But anyway, it is about 1:30 in the morning. The only reason why I'm up is I was washing some clothes. And I wanted to hang up them clothes. Some of my workout clothes I don't put in the dryer. I kind of hang them up to dry. So I said, let me hang them up to dry so I can pass some clean clothes for the gym tomorrow. I went to that gym today. Yeah, I don't know if y'all remember I had surgery on my leg. So they removed the stitches about a week ago. And so my leg is still healing. They moved me down to Punta Cana, walk around that beach, walk around that big ass resort. Look, my leg is like, okay, we didn't have enough, motherfucker. So I was in the gym doing cardio, and literally my leg gave out and said, you know what, you don't get it, motherfucker. We give up. So I had to limp my ass to the car. Good thing I had went grocery shopping earlier. My leg just said, you know what? So it's still healing. Sometimes I'm not a superhero. I'm a 49-year-old man. So I have to remember that my leg gave me that. When I was actually working on legs. I was like, I'm gonna work on some legs. My leg said, no, the fuck you ain't, nigga. Not today. My whole left leg went numb. Numb, literally. And I was like, damn, what the fuck is going on with my leg? And then it just dawned on me, and I said, you know, that doctor told me after I had that surgery that I may have some problems and I need to be careful. And literally, I thought about it, because when we were in Punta Cana, my leg was kind of bothering me, so I kind of ignored it. I was taking some pain pills. You know, sometimes pain pills will cover up the real problem. So I said, you know, after I drug my ass to that car, limped my ass to that car, and got my ass in that car, y'all, I said, Lord, I can just get to this damn house. So I may have to take a few more days off from the gym so my leg continue to heal. And I don't know what's going on. It's just weird, but it just is what it is. I just let it continue to heal. It was surgery. They removed a big knot. It was like a golf ball sized knot off the rear of my leg. And for some odd reason, it's having an impact on my whole leg. Although it's healing fine, it's still very uncomfortable. So I just gotta let it deal with it. You know, it was surgery. So let it heal. Right now, my leg is still numb, which is just weird, but it's not literally numb all the way down to my toes. So anyway, if you like my videos, click like. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd. It's 1:37 in the morning. morning. I'm about to go my ass up in this bed. I'm gonna take a shower and go my ass to sleep. Like my videos, click like. I look forward to reading you all's comments about this unfortunate suicide. Why is I guess my question is, has this been happening for years? Is this something new that's happening in our community? Why are so many black men? Why are so many of our men killing their wives and girlfriends? I don't understand it. So anyway, I'm out of here. Enjoy your night or morning, and I'll see you all later on today. Good night. Good morning.